Next up on WTV, Real Talk in today's Sports Minute, plus a special report on cell phones with the safety, insurance, and responsibility behind the portable device. WTV's Daily Update starts now. Good morning, Red Hawk Nation. Today is Friday, November 22nd, and I'm Kyle Strickland with today's Daily Update, brought to you by Wingspan TV. With cell phones costing upwards of $500 to more than $1,000, many times a lost phone will leave you out of luck. But one student's unfortunate loss has led to a surprising recovery. WTV's Matthew Bishop has the story.
Floating on the river, Bishop's phone fell out of the tube.
Okay, so I was on a little tube thing, and it had a little seat under it so you can sit on it. And I had my phone in a little protective waterproof case sitting on that. And then I got out of the tube to swim in the water, and then my phone fell through a little crack in the tube, and it sunk all the way to the bottom, and so it was gone.
Unfortunately for Bishop, none of his friends felt bad for him.
It was really funny, actually. We were coming around this corner in the river, and I looked at him, and he was like, and I asked what's wrong, and he said he'd lost his phone, his hat, and his shirt, and he lost all that in the river.
Bishop's tale has a happy ending as someone found his phone.
So there's this YouTuber named Man Plus River, and he has over 3 million subscribers. He is really legit, and he goes and scuba dives in just random places like that. I know he was just in Phoenix filming whenever I've been texting him trying to get my phone back, and he tries to just look for random stuff and tries to either give it back to the people or do something else with it. And so he's a really nice guy, and will help me find my phone.
When he gets his phone back, he can find himself in the next Man Plus River episode.
Yeah, so I haven't gotten the new phone back yet. He actually sent me a wrong, there's 2 other people who lost their phone at the same place, and so he sent everybody the wrong phone on accident, so I had to mail it back to him, and I'm going to get it back eventually, and I'm sure then I'll be on one of the videos.
Reporting for WTV, I'm Matthew Bishop.
It's something many of us with cell phones have experienced. A cracked screen, a broken camera, or something worse, a complete breakdown of your phone. But what's the best way to protect your device? With the holiday season rapidly approaching, one item on many people's wish list is a new phone. And for some, a new device means replacing their current broken or cracked one. Freshman Braylon Schuler is one of the over 50 million reported cracked or broken in the US each year, according to SquareTrade.
I broke my phone by, I was in a parking lot and I had my phone in my hand. I was putting it in my pocket and it just smacked flat on the concrete. And I didn't have a protection plan on it, so it's just staying cracked.
One question many shoppers are asked is if they would like to enroll in a warranty program, but is the cost worth it? AppleCare warranty costs $6 per device per month with a screen replacement cost of $30. But without AppleCare, it can cost anywhere between $150 to $300.
I do. I have AppleCare, so I just got to go get it fixed. I'm really happy that I have it because mine's really bad.
These warranties may seem like a safe backup plan, but for someone more vulnerable to multiple drops, an out-of-pocket expense often does not exceed the cost of the overall plan, according to iMore. Another option for protection is the use of accessories, like phone cases or screen protectors. Due to the relative affordability of a screen protector, many are encouraged by the incentives to replace the cover in the case of scratches or cracks in the cover itself. However, a phone is more likely to be dropped on its side and not face down, so a screen protector alone may not be the ideal solution. On the other hand, phone cases can often extend upwards of $130 for name brand cases, down to third-party options for $20. However, the cost is more attributed to the aesthetic and not accounting for the level of safety. And for Schuler, living with a cracked display brings a new sense of safety.
I don't like to bring my phone into anywhere concrete. I don't like to run with it. I usually just hold it in my hand when I'm running or something.
Anytime we buy an electronic device, we're usually asked if we would like to purchase the extended warranty. But is this a scam or a worthy investment? Joining us now from the CTE Center to help answer the question is WTV's Alyssa Murphy. Alyssa.
Thanks, Kyle. It's a dilemma many of us face, whether to spend the extra money or hope nothing goes wrong with what we just bought. Joining me now is Liberty's digital learning coach, Clayton Pope. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Buying an extended warranty is an eternal debate many of us have. Do you think it's worth it?
I think it's a decision that each person would make with a couple of factors in mind. Maybe one factor being the history of each person. So say you have an 18-year-old and this person has had a phone for 4 years, and this person has only lost the phone one time, and the one time was sort of a weird accident and it isn't likely to be repeated in the future. That certainly is a big factor, is history. Another factor that's important is, does the person who's making this decision, do they have resources saved to cover either a cracked screen or a lost device if that does happen? So for me, I've obviously saved a little bit of money, and I, in my however many years of having devices, really haven't lost too many or had too many devices cracked. So I probably would not buy the warranty. But again, that's just me, my history. I do have the resource to cover one. I also have past iPhones and other phones. I even have like an old laptop. So if I were to lose a device, I would have the resources to cover that. So again, it is sort of just a decision that has a couple of different factors that each person should make based on those things in mind.
So going off of that, is there a price point in the thing you're buying where you would definitely say get the extended warranty?
I think when you talk about more expensive items, you would think to yourself, okay, do I want to try to save to cover the whole item, or do I really just want to save up to cover the cost of the insurance month to month? Obviously, a good example is I own a home, and I couldn't save up however many $100,000 to buy a new home if it burned down, for instance, right? So instead, I just buy insurance, and I save up enough each month to cover the mortgage plus obviously the insurance. So I don't have to worry about saving up, again, an extraordinary amount of money. So again, I know this is more about phones, computers, but if you had, for instance, a MacBook Pro, and you loved MacBooks, you used it for the creative suite, you just really didn't want to settle for a lesser computer if your MacBook broke. Well, in that case, you might want to buy the warranty, so then again, you would really just have to save up month to month the cost of the insurance rather than saving up enough to cover the entire computer if it got lost.
So are there certain things you would suggest people get the extended warranty or insurance on?
I think, like I said, more expensive items, items that, as I mentioned earlier, you are really loyal to. So I, for example, just recently switched from an Android phone to an Apple phone. I don't really know that I have a defined opinion on which one is better. So if I were to have my iPhone break, well, I could probably just go back to Android and be fine, and those are considerably less expensive. So I think if it's an item where you're very loyal to it and you didn't want to really go back to a different model, or again, more expensive items, those are probably the candidates that you really want to probably buy the warranty for. And then again, consider each person, like I said in question one, the history and things like that.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hopefully this gives you a better understanding on whether or not to buy that extended warranty or take a risk. Kyle, back to you.
Thank you, Alyssa. On this week's edition of Real Talk, WTV's Sydney Andros hits the halls to ask students about Thanksgiving.
This is WTV's Sydney Andros with this week's edition of Real Talk, and today we're going to hit the halls and ask students about Thanksgiving. What is your favorite Thanksgiving food?
My favorite Thanksgiving food is ham.
Mashed potatoes. Probably the turkey itself, or pumpkin pie. I love pie.
The mac and cheese, but not like any mac and cheese, like the in the pan, the corner slice, kind of crunchy mac and cheese.
What is your favorite Thanksgiving dessert?
Pumpkin pie.
The Thanksgiving dessert is the apple cobbler that my dad makes with vanilla ice cream.
Any kind of pie.
What does your family do on Thanksgiving?
My mom cooks and we eat and say what we're thankful for.
We just have dinner as a family, kind of spend the day together. We have Canadian Thanksgiving, which is a little bit earlier than American Thanksgiving, so we normally just spend Canadian Thanksgiving together and go to my neighbor's house for dinner.
Me with my dad, and we're probably just gonna eat with him, my sister, and I.
Cook all day, and then we eat at 4, and then after that we go Black Friday shopping on Thursday.
Do you go Black Friday shopping?
Yeah, we go on Fridays.
I don't. My family does, but I don't.
With this week's edition of Real Talk, this has been WTV's Sydney Andros.
WTV's Walker Shippey brings you a recap of wrestling and girls basketball, as well as a preview of boys basketball as they prepare to take on Naaman Forest on today's Sports Minute.
Girls basketball competed yesterday in the Allen Lady Eagle Hoop Fest, taking on 6A Lakeview Centennial. The Redhawks suffered a loss, 42-32, to the Patriots, but are looking to bounce back as they take on Duncanville High School today. The game starts at 6 o'clock at Allen High School. Also playing are the boys, matching up against the Naaman Forest Rangers. The team is coming off a 55-48 win against Little Elm on Tuesday. The game happens tonight at 7 o'clock at home. Wrestling competes against Rockwall Heath today and tomorrow in their second contest of the season. The meet starts at 8 a.m. at Rockwall Heath High School. For WTV Sports, this is Walker Shippey.
If you're looking for more from Wingspan, you can follow us at Liberty Wingspan on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or visit our award-winning website, libertywingspan.com. And now for today's announcements. Seniors, if you have not taken a cap and gown photo, you will not be in the yearbook. Call Southern Images at 972-414-6884 immediately to book your free photo session. See Miss Bryn in room C147 if you have any questions. That's it for today's Daily Update. This is Kyle Strickland for Wingspan TV.